It's week 29 of a year of wisdom. Let's get to reading. Day 201. Job 28 and 29. Surely there is a mine for silver, and a place where gold is refined. Iron is taken from the ground, and rock is poured out as copper. Man puts an end to the darkness. He searches the farthest recesses for the ore in the deepest darkness. Far from where people live, he sinks a shaft, in places travelers have long forgotten. Far from other people, he dangles and sways. The earth from which food comes is overturned below as though by fire. A place whose stones are sapphires and which contains dust of gold. A hidden path no bird of prey knows. No falcon's eye has spotted it. Proud beasts have not set foot on it, and no lion has passed along it. On the flinty rock man has set to work with his hand. He has overturned mountains at their bases. He has cut out channels through the rocks. His eyes have spotted every precious thing. He has searched the sources of the rivers, and what was hidden he brought back into the light. But wisdom, where can it be found? Where is the place of understanding? Mankind does not know its place. It cannot be found in the land of the living. The deep says, "It is not with me," and the sea says, "It is not with me." Fine gold cannot be given in exchange for it, nor can its price be weighed out in silver. It cannot be measured out for purchase with the gold of Ophir, with precious onyx or sapphires. Neither gold nor crystal can be compared with it, nor can a vase of gold match its worth. Of coral and jasper no mention will be made. The price of wisdom is more than pearls. The topaz of Cush cannot be compared with it. It cannot be purchased with pure gold. But wisdom, where does it come from? Where's the place of understanding? For it has been hidden from the eyes of every living creature, and from the birds of the sky it has been concealed. Destruction and death say, "With our ears we have heard a rumor about where it can be found." God understands the way to it, and He alone knows its place. For He looks to the ends of the earth, and observes everything under the heavens. When He made the force of the wind and measured the waters with a gauge, when He imposed a limit for the rain and a path for the thunderstorm, then He looked at wisdom and assessed its value. He established it and examined it closely. And He said to mankind, "The fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to turn away from evil is understanding." Then Job continued his speech. "Oh, that I could be as I was in the months now gone, in the days when God watched over me, when He caused His lamp to shine upon my head, and by His light I walked through darkness, just as I was in my most productive time, when God's intimate friendship was experienced in my tent, when the Almighty was still with me and my children were around me, when my steps were bathed with butter and the rock poured out for me streams of olive oil. When I went out to the city gate and secured my seat in the public square, the young men would see me and step aside, and the old men would get up and remain standing. The chief men refrained from talking and covered their mouths with their hands. The voices of the nobles fell silent, and their tongues stuck to the roof of their mouths. As soon as the ear heard these things, it blessed me, and when the eye saw them, it bore witness to me. For I rescued the poor who cried out for help, and the orphans who had no one to assist him. The blessing of the dying man descended on me, and I made the widow's heart rejoice. I put on righteousness, and it clothed me. My just dealing was like a robe and a turban. I was eyes for the blind and feet for the lame. I was a father to the needy, and I investigated the case of the person I did not know. I broke the fangs of the wicked, and made him drop his prey from his teeth. Then I thought, I will die in my own home. My days are numerous as the grains of sand. My roots reach the water, and the dew lies on my branches all night long. My glory will always be fresh in me, and my bow ever new in my hand. People listened to me and waited silently. They kept silent for my advice. After I had spoken, they did not respond. My words fell on them drop by drop. They waited for me as people wait for the rain, and they opened their mouths as for the spring rains. If I smiled at them, they hardly believed it, and they did not cause the light of my face to darken. I chose the way for them and sat as their chief. I lived like a king among his troops. I was like one who comforts mourners. Proverbs 20. Wine is a mocker, and strong drink is a brawler. Whoever goes astray by them is not wise. The king's terrifying anger is like a roar of a lion. Whoever provokes him sins against himself. It is an honor for a person to cease from strife, but every fool quarrels. The sluggard will not plow during the planting season, so at harvest time he looks for the crop but has nothing. Counsel in a person's heart is like deep water, but an understanding person draws it out. Many people profess their loyalty, but a faithful person who can find? The righteous person behaves in integrity. Blessed are his children after him. A king sitting on the throne to judge separates out all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have kept my heart clean? I am pure from my sin. Diverse weights and diverse measures, the Lord abhors both of them. Even a young man is known by his actions, whether his activity is pure and whether it is right. The ear that hears and the eye that sees, the Lord has made them both. Do not love sleep, lest you become impoverished. Open your eyes so that you might be satisfied with food. It's worthless, says the buyer, but when he goes on his way, he boasts. There's gold and an abundance of rubies, but words of knowledge are like a precious jewel. Take a man's garment when he has given security for a stranger, and when he gives surety for strangers, hold him in pledge. Bread gained by deceit tastes sweet to a person, but afterward his mouth will be filled with gravel. Plans are established by counsel, so make war with guidance. The one who goes about gossiping reveals secrets, therefore do not associate with someone who is always opening his mouth. The one who curses his father and mother, his lamp will be extinguished in the blackest darkness. An inheritance gained easily in the beginning will not be blessed in the end. Do not say, I will pay back evil. Wait for the Lord so that he may vindicate you. The Lord abhors differing weights, and dishonest scales are wicked. The steps of a person are ordained by the Lord, so how can anyone understand his own way? It is a snare for a person to rashly cry, Holy, and only afterward to consider what he has vowed. A wise king separates out the wicked. He turns the threshing wheel over them. The human spirit is like the lamp of the Lord, searching all his innermost parts. Loyal love and truth preserve a king, and his throne is upheld by loyal love. The glory of young men is their strength, and the splendor of old men is their gray hair. Beatings and wounds cleanse away evil, and floggings cleanse the innermost being. And as always, thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe right there and click the bell so you can get notifications. And if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button for me. And I will see you tomorrow. Maranatha.
You'll carry me out of the storm. I'm standing at the crossroads. I'm lost without a clue. I need a big pink neon sign to show me what to do. I thank you, Lord. It glorifies you when you're the only answer. I praise you, Lord, for holding what's too much for me. And I'm amazed by you, Lord, because nothing's too big and nothing's too small to lay at your feet.